How to make at least 5K a month as a mobile notary or a notary public in general. How you do that is simple, but it's not easy. This is something that can take you a few months if you actually dedicate the time and the effort towards doing it. But if you're half A in it, you're not going to get there, which is what most notaries do, to keep it real with you. One of the things that has helped me to scale in the notary business was focusing on general notary work. Although I will say that the more niche you can get it, the more you can start charging. The niches truly are in the riches. So if you can actually find a niche that you enjoy doing, such as apostilles, fingerprinting, estate planning, power of attorneys, you can charge a little bit more or a premium on that because you specialize in that service. Although I will say majority of my money has come from general notary work, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. So anyways, starting from the top, how do you make this 5K a month that everybody's talking about? Because 5K can free you from your job. It can free you from poverty or whatever situation you might be in, and it can even give you additional income. So one of the easiest things to get into is that general notary work. What is general notary work? These are the random documents that people call in for, or you go out and do for people that may not be the standard everyday documents that, like the power of attorneys, the estate planning. It's random documents sometimes. A lot of times it can be school forms. It could be when people need to get their car out the tow place, whatever it's called. It's random forms like that. That's basically what general notary work is. It's not a category of a specific document. It's just different documents, period. I was doing a coaching call and one lady said that she was nervous about doing those because sometimes the documents can always be random. But once you have the general idea of how to notarize, all the forms are basically the same. I know people on social media, like notary creators, are going to make it seem like, oh, it's a sophisticated procedure. No, it's not. You're stamping the paper, you're signing your name, and you're printing your name and doing the same thing for the clients as well. But it's pretty straightforward, and all of the documents they might not be the exact same, but they rhyme, if that makes sense. They're all very similar. So that general notary work, once you do a couple of documents such as those, you can charge anywhere from 50 to 150 for those general notary documents based on your confidence level. And that's something that can close your gap to get into that $5,000 a month. So that general notary work is something you definitely want to keep in the back of your mind, especially if you're starting off. That's probably going to be the easiest thing to jump into because you kind of cover all these different type of documents rather than just focusing on one type of document. That's how I did it. But I will say, like I said, the niches are in the riches. Next up is being a loan signing agent. This one is it's going to take a little bit more sophistication because you're dealing with more important documents, but you're able to work with these title companies and these bigger firms that can push out jobs towards you. So this might be easier to get jobs that are paying more, maybe like $75 range, $100 range to do these documents. I don't do a lot of loan signings, but when I do the loan signings, I am getting paid pretty handsomely for it. And remember, guys, if your goal is to make 5,000, you don't need that many clients in a month. You just need them consistently. Basically, you need about 2 clients every day. And depending on whether you want to work from just weekdays or if you want to work weekends and weekdays, it's even less than that. Let's say your average client, let's say you're doing estate planning and your average client is around $200, which is not crazy for estate planning. At that point, it's 5,000 divided by 200, 25. 5,000 divided by 200, 25. You need 25 clients for the month. Is that something that sounds impossible? No, that's not impossible at all. You can do that. But it just comes to a point where you have to learn marketing, and we'll talk about that in the end of the video. So you have your general notary work, which you can do, and you have your loan signing. Next up, you have my favorite. My favorite is estate planning. I used to live in a affluent area, the Palm Beach area. I don't know if you guys know about that, if you're in Florida or whatever, but it was a lot of older individuals, and a lot of these older individuals had money. So one of the things that they would always call in to have done is the estate planning. They want to make sure that their money's going to be good. It's going to be locked down. It's going to pass on to their kids. They want to have their wills, their power of attorneys, their all these important documents done within their estate planning package. And because there was a lot of documents in that package, you're able to charge more for estate planning. You can charge higher prices for the estate planner. If you want to have like a picture of all the prices and all the lists, because I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, you can click the link below. I have a free bundle that you can get. I also have a paid bundle. I have one-on-ones, but you can get the free bundle down below, 100% free. There should be a lot of tools in there that you can use. But going back to what I was saying, estate planning, you can charge a pretty penny for that, and you're actually providing a service that these people need. So estate planner was one of my favorites, like I said, and the reason you can charge more for these documents is sometimes these individuals that are calling to have the estate planning done, they need witnesses. And if you can provide the witnesses as well, that's also an upcharge. That's also an upcharge. And if you charge by the hour, and sometimes these documents, I've had one that took me like 3-4 hours to complete. And if you're charging by the hour, you can get paid even more. So what I used to focus on to cut down the amount of signings I would have to do in a month is doing estate planning. Let's say I charge $300 for estate planning, right? 5,000 divided by 300. You only need 16 in a month. That's 16. That's like one a day, just Monday through Friday, and you're at that 5,000 a month already. It doesn't take that much, and it's not like daunting on you. It's not super stressful. Just go out there, complete your signings, come home, you're chilling, and you're making your $5,000 a month. So estate planning is one of my favorites. When it comes to things like retirement homes, these are one of the places that you can go to complete these estate plannings. I had a lot of jobs at retirement homes. Unfortunately, I saw a lot of sad things, but nonetheless, retirement homes are a good place to get business as well, especially if you can become friends with either the owner of the company, which is a little bit harder to reach out to. But if you can become friends with the nurses, if you can become friends with the people at the front desk, I used to always sweeten the deal. Be super sweet to the people at the front desk, because in case anybody asks for someone to notarize their documents, they're going to remember that sweet, handsome young man that came to their facility. So retirement homes are one of the best places to go as well if you want to do a lot of power of attorneys, if you want to do a lot of estate plans. For me, I had a lot of estate plans coming from other sources, but I did get a lot of power of attorneys at the retirement homes. So keep that in mind. That's a place that you can go as well when you're doing your guerrilla marketing, which I'll talk about later in. Correction facilities, because a lot of people are scared to go to correction facilities to gain clients, because a lot of people don't want to go to, like the average person doesn't want to go to a jail to stamp papers. So if you're willing to do that, you can charge a premium on that, because those people need to get that service done. So you're providing something valuable to them. And because you're willing to go to places that a lot of other notaries aren't willing to go to, you're able to get that money. That alone could be your niche. Correction facilities alone, detention centers alone, those can be your niche as well. So that's something to keep in the back of your mind when you're deciding on whether you want to do general notary work or if you want to make some riches sticking to the niches. Next on is remote online notarization. So when you're going through other companies doing the remote online notarizations, you're not going to get that much, but you're able to do it from the comfort of your own home. Different companies charge different things, like $5 to $20, maybe not even 20, maybe like $5 to $15 when you're going through another company. But when you can learn how to get that business for yourself, you can charge for those online notarizations. You can charge for those online notarizations, and you don't have to leave the comfort of your own home. So imagine coupling all of these things together and thinking that 5K is hard. No, that's a mental barrier. You might not have made it before by yourself, working for yourself, but to make that, that's not that hard. It's not that hard. You just need to make sure that you're charging what your time is worth, so that it's not taking you 1,000 notarizations to get to 5,000. That's ridiculous. You don't need to be doing that. When it comes to marketing, like I said, you can go to do these retirement homes and you can do in-person marketing. I call that my guerrilla marketing strategy. That's when you do the flyers, you do the door hangers, etc. And going in person and bombarding these people with your love, with your face, with your presence, so they know who you are. So the easiest way, or one of the most common ways, is the guerrilla marketing tactic. Next up, you have social media. If you're a social media friendly person, you can do a lot of notarizations and getting your word out there via social media. I personally don't get any business from social media. 100% transparency. I get no business from social media. I have my other ways, my other tactics that I'll be teaching, but I don't get any business from social media. But you can do it. But personally, my take is, when people need, what I've realized in the 8 years that I've been doing this, is when people need notarizations done, they don't go to TikTok and say, closest notary near me. They go to Google. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, like when you need something, unless it's like a review for a restaurant, a lot of people just go to Google. They don't go to TikTok to find like a notary for a professional service. In my past experience, that's how it's been for me. So I'm like, why would I not be where they're gonna be? You see what I'm saying? So I didn't focus too much on social media. Next up is guerrilla marketing. This can be great once you learn how to market, once you know how to create email lists, newsletters, and how to scrape lists. Once you learn how to do those tactics, Great way to bring in extra business. And then last but not least, one of my favorites, which everybody loves to skip to, is SEO and ads. One of the best ways to bring money in, hands down. But is it expensive? Yes. Do you need to understand the knowledge? Yes. Can you lose a lot of money doing this? 100%. So I would try all the other tactics first, get to my 5K, understand what services I want to do, what I'm going to charge, how many jobs it's going to take me to get to that 5,000, and I'm locking in on that. I'm locking in 100% on that. And when you want to focus on SEO and focus on SEO and ads, you need to put 100% of your energy on that. But that's how you can make at least 5K a month from this notary business. I've done it already. I far surpassed that. And I'm telling you guys, just do these things. I would pick one and go completely hard on it. For me, it was the general notary work. That's where I get most of my business from. But my personal favorite was the estate planning. So that's how you do it. If you guys have any questions, put it in the comments below. I'm free to ask. I'm free to answer. I have one-on-ones you can do down below. And then also I have free notary tools. You guys can go check that out. And then I also have a notary bundle. You guys can check that out as well. But anyways, love you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Peace, love, knowledge. I'm out.